Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining me today one more time in Silly Sketching. So, guys, guess what is going to be baking in Silly Sketching today? Authentic Jamaican black cake. Some of us call it Christmas cake, fruit cake, black cake, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. But me, I make the yard style fruit cake. So, all I wanna stay tuned. Like this video, share this video, and if you're not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and hit the bell. So guys, I'm starting out by using my hand blender to kind of soften my butter and my sugar. So I'm going to be doing this for a few minutes until it's slightly creamy, and then I'll be using my hand mixer. The butter just came out of the refrigerator, guys, so kind of softening it up a little bit there. So I'm using about 16 ounces of dark sugar and 16 ounces of real butter. Guys, when you're making black cake, you cannot use margarine. Margarine takes away the taste and takes away the creaminess. When you use the authentic butter, it gives you the right fluffiness and the right creaming texture. I am creaming my butter and sugar. When we were little and she didn't have a hand mixer, we used to use that big wooden spoon and that pudding pan, and we used to cream from morning till way in the evening, man. Everybody gets a rub. Me get a rub, Sharon get a rub. Yeah, man, I remember those days. And we used to cream the butter and sugar, and guys, it's when it done, we used to lick. We used to dip our finger at the edge of the pan and we used to lick it, man. It did one nice so. Yes, man. We used to have fun Christmas time, and my favorite part was the day they're making black cake, and that's how I learned to make this cake from my mother. Yes, she make the real deal. So guys, stay tuned. I'm only gonna put a little twist to it and add a little something else where she never had, but trust me, it's gonna come out the same way. So now guys, I've added all my eggs. Let me just stop this for a minute so I could scrape the sides and get everything all mixed in. Press it right here. Then I'm going to continue mixing. Okay, so now guys, I'm going to be adding my fruits. I'm gonna be adding my fruits. Now, in Jamaica, we have a soaked fruit in a bucket, but me have it in this little plastic container, and I have another container too. But this is soaked fruits with authentic Jamaican rum and authentic port wine. Now, I know you guys like to use red label wine, but for me, red label wine dries out my cake a little bit too much. So the port wine, it has the right potency, it has the right flavor, and it has the right taste. The good old time grannies from Jamaica, this is what they use, the good old port wine. And guys, take notes. So guys, I'm adding some fruits, and this is a half a cup, and I'm adding another half a cup because I have my other cups with, you know, things inside of them. So I'm going to take this. So in total, guys, I use 1.5 cups of fruits in my mix. So guys, I'm adding 3 teaspoons of baking powder, and I'm also going to be adding my other dry ingredients to this, and I'm also going to be adding 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. And of course, guys, how can I forget my nutmeg? I have to have my nutmeg. Now this, I'm not really measuring. I'm just gonna judge it, but it's gonna be about a teaspoonful of nutmeg, because I'm also gonna be adding liquid nutmeg to this mix as well for an additional flavor. So I'm grating about a teaspoon, sorry, of nutmeg. Alrighty, so I'm gonna add all my dry ingredients in this mix, guys, while it mixes away. Guys, I'm gonna stop for a little bit, and I'm gonna mix with my spoon so I can get the sides, because you know sometimes it's difficult. Let me clean my hands. Sometimes, you know, it's difficult, and let me clean up as I go along. Let me get these out of the way. You know, guys, sometimes it's difficult to get the sides with the hand mixer, so sometimes you have to stop and, you know, scrape the sides and make sure you get everything in the mix. So I'm scraping the sides of the pan, guys, so I could, and look at my mix, guys. Look how nice and fluffy this is. And I have not yet added the other spices. Okay, guys, so now guys, I just added another cup of fruits because I really want my fruit cake to be really fruity. So I'm gonna mix this in. I'm really looking for a really fruity cake today, guys. And then, of course, guys, I'm gonna be adding my brownie and my vanilla and my rose water and my almond essence. Alrighty, so I'm just pouring a little bit of almond essence in. don't want too much rose water because it tends to be very potent. And this is the Benjamin's rose water, and this helps to take out the little rawness from the egg. And of course, guys, the Benjamin's vanilla. How could I forget that? Just pour that. Yeah, man. So I'm gonna mix this up again. And of course, guys, I'm gonna add the brown in now, because you know we want that dark color. See how fluffy this is? If your black cake mix is not nice and fluffy, something wrong with it. Yeah, man. And of course, guys, before I add the brown in, I forget to put in the breadcrumbs, because you have to add little breadcrumbs to it, you know, because the breadcrumbs is what give it that yumminess. Is the breadcrumbs that give it that texture. Yeah, man, Jamaican people never know that. Yeah, man, you have to add the breadcrumbs in there. Yeah, man, so I'm mixing my little breadcrumbs. Guys, you can't put too much brown in it because depending on the brand, and this is a Guyanese brand that I'm using, because I find that the Eve and some of the other brands, they tend to be a little bitter. So I used to use Grace, and sometimes I use the Blue Mountain. But I find that the Blue Mountain, you have to use very little because it's very bitter. It makes the cake bitter, and you can't make a bitter black cake. That's the worst thing you could ever make. You understand? It's a bitter black cake. But this one, it gives it a nice taste and it's not bitter. A little bit, spoon them like a bit. Yeah, man. So guys, now I'm gonna be adding a half a cup of my port wine. And guys, you could use any wine of your choice. If you want to use the red label, you could use it, but I just love my good old-time granny port wine. It adds great flavor to the cake and it makes it taste real good. Yeah, man, it makes it taste. So guys, how can you make real Jamaican black cake without the rum? So now I'm adding some JB. You know what I'm called, the JB? I can't spell it out on this live. I would be considered out of order. So if you don't know what the JB is, go Google it. Yes, man. It's the raw rum straight from the factory in this cake. And guys, I'm gonna be mixing this in right now. So guys, look at it. Nice. Creamy, right consistency. Yes, ma'am. Christmas cake. Oh no, well, this is not Christmas cake really. It's a special order. So to this black cake is some authentic pineapple juice. Now, I know you guys never usually put this in Jamaican cake, but I put it in this today because it adds this nice taste to the cake. I've done it before and I'm doing it again. Yes, ma'am. Still gonna have a nice consistency, guys. So I think this ready, but before I go, of course, you know, back home you have to put the lime rind into the thing so you take out the rawness from the egg. Forget to put it in there, but it's not too late. So I grate some lemon rind. When I have no lime are the better thing to use, but you can use the lemon too. Even if you have orange, you can use orange too. So you give it you take out the rawness of the egg in it, and the rose water help to do that too. You know, take out the smell of the rawness, because you know you use so many eggs. Right, so you just grate the rind. Okay guys, so I'm gonna start out by greasing my pan with my coconut oil spray. And these pans you don't even have to grease them, but I choose to grease it because, you know, that's the right thing to do. Because these are copper pans and these don't burn. The cakes just slide out of it. So now I'm gonna be adding my mix to this pan. Alright. So guys, I'm adding my mixture to the baking pan. And this is Aisha Curry's bake pans. They are so good. Her baking pans, you know, when you bake inside of them rather, the cakes come out so nice and fluffy. So I have to leave space for the cake to raise, so I left like a ½ inch. And this is very heavy, guys. It's very heavy. Alrighty, so fill my other pan. Left a ½ inch raising space. And of course, guys, I have a little bit left, so I'm gonna get my little fan over here. So guys, I love my spatulas because guess what? Nothing gets wasted. Oh, I didn't spray the pan. All right. So now I'm gonna pour this little bit that's left in the pan. Nothing gets wasted with these spatulas. Yeah, and it's good for cooking. It's good for, you know. Okay, there we go. So I have 2 cakes, guys, and a little baby one. So guys, I'm now gonna put it in my oven. Stay with me. So now, guys, I'm putting putting it in my oven at 350 degrees. So they're going to be baking at 350 degrees. So stay tuned.